This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Ever since the Bahamas was blacklisted by France in December of last year, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest had questions as to why the French government deemed the Bahamas non-cooperative in the fight against tax-related crimes, and noted that he found it disappointing and regrettable that France did not engage the dispute resolution mechanisms provided in the Multilateral Convention on Mutual Assistance in Tax Matters. Well, the minister today says the government is still awaiting a response from France over its decision to blacklist the Bahamas, as the government, he says, remains clueless as to why the Bahamas was listed among several other countries. The DPM says his ministry is still seeking out answers.
As a matter of fact, I saw a listing today where they've done the official listing, and so we are continuing our investigations with them. In fact, we're waiting for a response from them to our specific inquiries about the criteria and the issues that they have identified as being the reasons for this listing.
Mr. Turnquest reaffirmed the Bahamas' strong financial position and its compliance with international financial institutions. He says the country is an asset to the world in terms of financial services and wealth management, adding that the Bahamas has met all of the required commitments.
As I've said before, we have enjoyed a very good relationship with the OECD, the Global Tax Forum, the EU, and we have made significant strides in terms of meeting all of the commitments that have been put before us, even those that we may not have been comfortable with, and that have been very difficult for us to meet. And so this is certainly an outlier. We don't know exactly what it's about.
Mr. Turnquest says the Bahamas takes its role in the financial services seriously, and when issues such as blacklisting arise, the financial services work to address those issues quickly. According to Gerald Demarnin, the French Minister of Public Action and Accounts, the Bahamas, Anguilla, the Virgin Islands, and Seychelles were blacklisted because they were not cooperative enough in financial transparency. Nearly 3 years after Hurricane Irma ravaged Ragged Island, demolition and construction works on the Ragged Island School is soon to begin. Minister of Works Desmond Bannister, in giving an update to reporters today, says that demolition work in the school will start shortly, as there are several phases, and confirmed that a contractor will head to Ragged Island to begin the demolition process. However, Mr. Bannister says there are challenges on that island.
Now, to build in Ragged Island, I want everybody to appreciate. The first thing the contractor has to do is actually go down there and build what is called a man's camp. So they have to build residences for their workers. Then their workers will go down there, get involved in the demolition. They have to barge every piece of equipment into Ragged Island before they can do any building. And then they have to actually provide resources for their workers. So when they take their workers down, they have to provide for cooks, they have to provide feeding, they have to provide everything for their workers. And then because of the situation down there, they have to be able to let their workers come up to New Providence every week or every 2 weeks. So that is the challenge that we face with Ragged Island. It is a wonderful challenge for the contractors who are going to be working down there.
The minister says in addition to the schools being reconstructed, several teacher residences will also be built.
The first structure that's going to be built is a school. There are going to be several teachers' residences, according to a really wonderful plan that our architects have put together. The building is going to be built resilient to meet 180-mile-per-hour winds, because that's a challenge that Ragged Island had. And there's also going to be a hurricane shelter in Ragged Island.
The minister says hopefully by the end of the year, Ragged Islanders can see something special on the island. Our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.